Once I had turned 18, I started transitioning, and I started taking synthetic testosterone, and I was ecstatic. I remember as soon as I took the hormones, I remember telling everybody on social media, I'm finally free. This is finally the person that, I'm finally becoming the person that I was always meant to be. And I remember posting it everywhere, guys, I'm almost there. I was planning to have breast removal surgery. At the time, I was in a relationship and I had been with that person for 6 years, and I believed that this was my wife. Genuinely believed it. After I started transitioning, I had been taking testosterone for 2 years. And after I started transitioning, I just remember feeling, I'm still depressed, I'm still suicidal, I'm still struggling. Nothing really changed about my life except for my body. Becoming a man didn't really help me. It just changed how I looked.
Why are they transitioning? Are they not beautiful enough? What actually prompted them to transition their body? Are they not satisfied with their biological gender?
I wish I could have my breasts back, but a reconstruction may be riddled with even more complications, and no matter what, I will never be able to breastfeed my future children. Those organs are gone forever.
Some kids become victims without their parents' consent. What is the agenda behind transitioning? Please, your kind advice could perhaps save someone's life. As you listen to this incredible testimony, don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay up to date on our latest content.
It started happening. Like, oh, I already don't wear the clothes other women wear. I already don't got a body like they got. I learned how to be a man, because that's what a stud is. It's pretty much a female replication of a man. I used to take a lot of pride in turning women out. Just the way there's down low men, there's a lot of down low women. They had a spirit of lust. Lust is never satisfied.
Detransitioning and regretting gender transitions are deeply personal experiences that can arise for various reasons. While each individual story is unique, some common factors include unresolved underlying issues, change in identity or beliefs, social and external pressures, medical complications, lack of informed consent, difficulties in transitioning back. Ariana tells how her battles with rejection, rage, and identity led to numerous hospital stays and a strong dislike of God. After transitioning at 18 but remaining unfulfilled, a life-changing encounter with God in 2019 revealed her purpose and led her to embrace her faith. Now, she helps others, sharing that true transformation comes from God's love, not human effort, through surrendering personal identity to His will.
I started looking for answers. I was like, okay, this isn't helping. This is not what I thought it was going to be. I need something because something in my soul is missing. There's still something missing in my life. So, ended up homeless, and I was working out at the gym at the time, and this girl she asked me to go to church with her. And keep in mind, she worked there. And she asked me to go to church with her, and I remember saying, no, God doesn't want somebody like me in the church. I don't belong there. I didn't tell her that I was trans, and at the time, you couldn't tell. I passed very well as a male. But long story short, I ended up going that day, and I encountered God for the first time ever. I received so much, and I felt the love of God for the first time in my life. That was November 20th of 2019. So after I met Jesus that day, I pursued Him for an entire year. I was reading my word, I was praying, I was still transgender during this time. And a year later, I was living with my ex at the time, bought the ring, about to start my life with this person, and I'm in the prayer closet, and I'm like, God, why am I not seeing breakthrough in my life? I'm doing everything you asked me to do, and all of a sudden God speaks to me and gives me a vision. And He says, in this vision, there was a man and a woman on one side, and then on the other side, there was a man and a man and a woman and a woman. The man and the woman had babies. It was like glowing really bright, and it was like generations went down the line. And then on the other side, with the man and the woman, there was a red line under their feet, and it was black because you can't recreate life that way. So I'm staring at this like vapor, like this vision in front of my face, and God speaks to me, and He says, I made man and woman so you could recreate and share the good news of my Son, Jesus Christ. And He says, if the devil can convince somebody, a little boy or a little girl, a man or a woman, that they are gay, lesbian, or trans, He said, not only is the devil going against my will, because the devil's will is always against God's will, but the devil is wiping out entire family bloodlines, and generations of people that I intended to be born will not exist for my glory. So I just remember feeling, wow, I've been really selfish my whole life. Everything in my life was based on my feelings. Oh, I feel like I'm a lesbian. I feel like I'm trans. I feel like God hates me. And I was wrong. God loved me the entire time. I just had no idea about it because unfortunately his people didn't do a good job at telling me and showing me that. So I'm just sitting there and I'm crying, and God wraps his fiery blanket around me and he says, I love you no matter what you choose, but you have to choose today. And I chose him. I was terrified to choose him because I had been one way my entire life. That's all I've ever known. The next day, I went to church and I got set free of the demonic spirit of Jezebel. And I didn't know anything about demons. I didn't know there was a spirit behind homosexuality. I didn't know there was demons behind false identities, but there was. And I know now that James Harley, which was the name that I went by, James was a false identity. That was never who I was. But the devil stole my identity from a very young age. And that's why I believed I was born that way, because I was 4 and I didn't know better. So I can honestly sit here and tell you now, the desire to be with a woman is gone. The desire to be a man is gone. Where I once desired to be a man, I desire to have a man. Where I once desired to be a husband, I desire a husband. And that's not something I ever thought would ever happen to me in my life. But once I allowed God to change everything, and I put myself in a position to say, you know what, I'm going to put myself aside, I'm going to put me away, and everything I want, I'm going to put it over here to fulfill your will, not mine. That's when my life totally changed. And now I spend most of my time helping people in the LGBT. If you want help, if you're seeking Jesus, I'm here for you. I want you to know that it's the love of God that changed my life. And that's what I speak. The love of God leads to repentance. It is not by Bible thumping. It's not something you can do. God did not make you that way. But if you allow him to change your mind, to change your desires, to change your feelings, it will happen. And that doesn't come by praying the gay away. It doesn't come by something you can do. It's not in your power, it's in his. He wants your heart. He's not looking for perfection. He's looking for people who are willing. Are you willing to let go of your identity? Are you willing to let go of your sexuality? Are you willing to put everything else aside to see what he has for you? So he loves you just as you are. And if you will receive that love, open up your heart and receive that, allow him to love you and change everything, it'll happen for you.
I hope her story teaches you something. You are not the worst person in the world. Only God has the power to change your story. Get saved right now by believing in Jesus. In order to edify others, you can also share your testimony by leaving a message on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for the latest updates. Comment below and share your thoughts. And most importantly, share this video with someone. Join the family and let's keep growing together.